Hey, how y'all doing? It's Tony C here. Man, I was just sitting here thinking, you know, with all the elections going on right now, getting into the presidential election 2024. Now, hey, hold on a minute. I'm not about to talk about politics. But I was thinking about in the Bible how some of you all, if you a little older than 35 or so, you remember we used to have that moment of silence in school and all of that. That gave us a chance right then to practice whatever, to say a prayer, all right, for whichever God you believe in. So just listen to this. You have back then the high priests. Their jobs was actually to govern the people, and in fact, Israel didn't get a king over them, which was King Saul. They didn't get a king over them until they started not adhering to the high priest Samuel, the prophet Samuel, and that was because of listen here. So when you're in these positions, you can get in trouble based off of what your children, and not only your children but your family members, because you're supposed to. People look to you for guidance and everything, so you're supposed to have your life all together. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have your life all together because they looking for you to help them to guide their lives. So how can you guide other people's lives when your whole family is messed up? All right. So now, the prophet slash high priest Samuel, he was his kids was taking bribes and everything back then, his sons and stuff. So the people didn't want to listen to him. They was like kind of shady. And his predecessor before him, the high priest Eli, get this, his sons was doing the same thing. But not only were they taking bribes and all of that, but they was married for number one. They was committing adultery. They was having sex with the women of the congregation. So you can find that. Now I'm telling you, you can find out about Samuel's son in 1 Samuel chapter 8, and you can find out about Eli and all of the story on him in 1 Samuel chapter 2. All right, so I'm just giving you scripture so it backs up what I'm talking about. So it was now in Samuel chapter 8, at the end, I think it's verse 21 and 22. He basically went to God because the people didn't no longer wanted to listen to him. He went to God and said, hey, the people don't want to listen to me no more, basically, and they want a king. So God adhered to him and gave him permission to get a king, and that's how he had to go and find King Saul to anoint him. All right, but now check this out. With the elections and everything going on, you have the prophet. I'm trying. I can't get the prophet Elijah. The prophet Elijah, when he had shut because the King Ahab he was worshiping another god, Baal. He was worshiping Baal, and he picked on his wife, God, which his wife's name was Queen Jezebel, and so that was like an abomination towards God. So um, Elijah had told him before, and he said he made it stop raining. So anyway, God had told him, hey, go back and see him and this and that so you can make it rain. But I'm not going to get into all of that. But he had got King Ahab, and actually he met with his servant, which was Obadiah. He met with him on the road, and Obadiah was kind of scared. He told him, Elijah told him, hey, look, go and tell King Ahab I need to talk to him, get him together, get the people of Israel together, boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm just telling you how the elections and stuff, how this stuff is. So Obadiah was afraid. He said, I'm not finna go and tell him, because by the time I go and tell him and come back, you ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. So he was basically, disappearing and stuff. He thought he was gonna do a disappearing act. So he was gonna, say that he was there and wasn't gonna be there. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, do the people's voice really matters in the vote? Do you really separate church from state? I'm just asking, because if you look at it, God allowed for Samuel to anoint a ruler, which was King Saul. He allowed him based off of what the people were saying, because they didn't want to listen to him no more, because they had basically corruption going on, because of his son. And then same thing with his predecessor, the prophet, high priest Eli. His sons was kind of jacked up too. So I'm just asking. It's just a question, That's something to think about. So you have people out there that say that, hey man, you're not the rulers and stuff isn't elected, they're selected. That's what if you look back in scripture, things like that was going on through time. But the people's voice was being heard. Just like with Samuel, when he told King Ahab to get all the people together and get their property. There was a time for them that they had to choose between worshiping the god Baal or worshiping the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, and all of that. So the people's voice was taken into account. You understand? But overall, if you really look at it, it's the one God is behind everything. He makes all things. If it ain't, up to God's standards, it ain't flying. You understand? But God give us free will. So just the same as Eli's and Samuel's sons was doing stuff, because they were supposed to be the next priests, the next judges, and all of that. They was actual rulers of Israel, but because they were evil in their ways, and they wasn't godly like material. You see what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. Now, I don't want no one to think that I'm trying to tell you that, hey, you have to have that I'm not trying to manipulate your mind at all. That's just go and read scripture and you can see for yourself. So hopefully this was able to help someone. Like, comment, and subscribe, and just know that when you looking at politics and everything, they may not be who you want. When you make your vote, it may not be the person who you want or whatever. But remember, that God is in control of everything. He is. All right? Remember that. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a lovely evening. Take care. And share, please. Share the video.